Detroit! Detroit!
Hey, check. 3 down.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Johnson. And an alley to run. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually what, 10, 12-yard runs? This one was way more than that. They've got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Let's go, 12, let's go.
Here's Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go. 20. Hey, 5.
59, Mike. Check. 59.
Here we go.
On 1st down, it's gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Chandler Jones in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw, Goff. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Maverick, Maverick. Louis. Tiger.
Third and long. It's gone. Staying on his feet. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's fourth down. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
Maverick. Value one.
Here we go. It's Gurley. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There to make the tackle, Samson Abukum.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Watch him now, Barney. Hot! Bang! Detroit! Kill! Gun! Hot!
Looking to throw on second down. Holt toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Tight end right.
Watch him now, Barney!
Now a handoff, Johnson. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. but they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Hey, alert, pour now.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
4 down. Check. Check 9.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
17.
From the gun on 3rd down. Goff. And got him in. It's Woods. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
4 down.
Hey, 5.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll go down at the 28. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
4 down. Check it out.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there. Shift.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Well, you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit!
Check. Three down. Under crush.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Watch it now, Barney!
90 is a Mike.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd-and-1. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
Hey. We got three. Three down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Safety's creeping.
Gun!
He's mine.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And his kick is right through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, 4 down.
Dot, 120.
Now Goff. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Hey, we got 4.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big conversion there for the Rams on 3rd down. 53 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
Hey. 4 down.
On the counter, Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
12. What's that?
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start.
Like 20. Check 59. Like 29.
Now it's gone. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Chandler Jones in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On now is the kicker Jason Myers for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this... will stay right where it is. Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's 1st down from the 42. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Yeah, baby! Woo! Tight end left, tight end left. 3 down, 90.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. Here's Gallman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 1:59 to go in the first half. More from the desert after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
17. We go, son. Black 20.
58, right over there. Yeah.
Cut.
Now Goff on first down. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This is Gallman. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
14.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. On second down, here's Goff. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Back to throw. Holt. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. Now Johnson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. On third down, Holt. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So, well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Merlin! 59 Mike, check. Go, 12, go. You gonna see me in your turbo set.
On the ground, it's Gallman again. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
14. Obama.
Now a first down throw. Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Thomas. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And the Rams have got it back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
On the toss, there goes Gallman. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. 5.
They'll run again here with Gallman. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Let's go, 12. Let's go. 12.
Banjo.
To throw is Goff. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Myers able to knock it through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And an alley to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
The point after is good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
Go!
Gallman will run it. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the beat and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Goff on third down. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. Goff now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
14.
Now a toss. This is Gallman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The Rams on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's third and 3.
180.
From the gun, here's Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it 24-13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
That return gets all the way to midfield, so we know that field position is absolutely flipped at this point. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I might think about blitzing right now to try and take field position back.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Slot, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Barkevius Mingo coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
90 is a mic.
They run with Logan. Finding some room at midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter
for a good
play?
counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale.
Leopard.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down, 3 down.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it here with Logan. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
3 down, 3 down.
Watch him now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
2nd and goal from the 1.
3 down, 3 down. Show it up.
Leopard. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
4 down, 4 down. Alert.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for L.A. 55 yards. They'll try to pound it in with Goldman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And they give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more.
4 down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now Goldman. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
3 down, 3 down.
They'll go option to the short side. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
On fourth down, Holt. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This is Logan. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw on 2nd down. Holt. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
To throw on 3rd down. Holt. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Switzer now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Charles. Here we go. Here we go. Louis.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 13. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They try the left side with Johnson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Well, I know it points to this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Arizona, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Rams, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.